Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AEL Uni CSGO Season 1 playoffs in the upper bracket. And join with me tonight is no other than AEST2SBS. How you feeling, my man?
Hello. Welcome back, everyone. It's another exciting week of the AEL University League, of course, but this time a bit more of a twist, some high-level action, of course, as we are heading into that playoffs bracket. We're at these final stages now where the victors can finally be decided. 7 long weeks of fighting it out in the group stages. Well, now we're only left with the teams that have been able to make it through the top 2 of each group, of course. It is very, very exciting to see how this one will go. This bracket, of course, kicking things off, we are going to have the UniMelb LorryDrivers versus the Deakins for tonight's match. And Richard, I think that should be quite the exciting matchup. Both teams have been looking so good throughout this season.
Oh yeah, by all means, I have seen Deakins play quite a while, and also this is with a new Deakin team as well, the new squad. They have played absolutely amazing, even though with the new squad members, they have made themselves a very big name, especially with Melchin leading them. And of course, on the side of UniMelb, it's one of these teams that I casted from the last season who, surprised me out of nowhere. And now looking at them, coming in, making to the upper bracket and making this play on the best of 3 tonight is something to be, marveled at, especially since, I've not gotten a chance to cast this guy. So it's going to be a very, very exciting night. But before we do go into how we break down to tonight and how we, actually make this happen, we do have to give a massive shout out to all of our sponsors who has made tonight possible. Would you like to do the honors?
Absolutely, Richard. I would very much so like to shout out our sponsors, and all begins, of course, with Predator. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming today. Predator, the gaming PC partner of the AEL. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming. Predator puts power and precision in your hands. Elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality and performance thanks to Predator. So big shout out, of course, to Predator. Huge shout out as well to AOC for the best viewing experience. AOC Monitors have launched the first ever monitor crafted for League of Legends. League of Legends is represented in every aspect, from the iconic hex tech design and logo to a specific game setting mode. In-game visuals achieve their fullest potential with a combination of AOC's monitor expertise with the creators of League of Legends Riot Games. Check out the Aegon Pro AG275QXL today at au.aoc.com. And make sure as well to check out Rig, what it takes to win. Rig develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the Rig team and enhance your gaming experience.
All right, thank you very much for that, and obviously thank you to the sponsors for making this happen. That was, a lot to go out to, but, at the end of the day, when you look and you buy a monitor, you're never going to be able to know exactly what they are because, I think they just play this mashup of all jumbled letters and then they say, yeah, that's going to be the whole sequence that we're going to go with this time. It is 100% destined. But let's get back into the game. So obviously, right now, we have the Twitch chat coming in. We're already getting the support going through. Now, what is the expectations that we're going to be setting ourselves? So let's quickly go through the vetoes. So on the vetoes in the best of 3, Deakin is going to be picking up Mirage. So UniMelb is going to be on the CT, followed by a Vertigo pick with Deakin in CT. And of course, the last one decided is going to be on the Nuke. So that's always going to be something spicy that comes out, especially for a team like Deakin. With the current players, they don't have the same, the quality of life, the quality of aim, and of course, even the timing as expected from the last time that we casted the Deakins, but still, it is something within the repertoire. When it comes down to this, what is your expectations of tonight coming in?
Well, first off, according to our lovely admin BK, we should be expecting a third map of Inferno instead. There was a slight typo on the Discord channel, but so no nuke out of it. So that being said, I think these are sort of maps that we've been seeing a lot of just in general in OCCS. We've been seeing a lot of teams just really picking up that Vertigo and really showing what they can do. And then Mirage, Inferno, sort of these kind of common picks that you see like for this type of pug style plays as well, where you just see teams they're able to just go in, whether having much more of a structured play or just being able to very freely play off it. But regardless of that, Mirage, of course, is going to be the first test for these teams, and it is going to be starting right now. UniMelb on the CT side, kicking things off into the pistol round. Richard, take it away.
All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're getting yourself ready, because if you are here for UniMelb LorryDrivers, make sure to insert your energy, and of course to the Deakins #1 Dessa. And so the stack is going to come through. Are we going to get the underpass into apartments, or are we just going to go straight to apartments? No stop, no breaks. No, it looks like we're already going to get the break to begin with, but of course that is to be expected. A little bit of a play. Waddles are going to quickly go through, juking it over, but Mustard Cheese is the one that's low, and they are going to get the entry fragment to Kuti, toe onto the side. A little bit of a dingle or round, but obviously the one from the side drops the bomb, and that is going to be just going to be 3-on-1. The Deakins now has to make a big recovery.
Yeah, Dirty having to play in this 1 versus 2 will try and make his way out there as we see VJack getting tagged down so low. Eli on the other side, just trying to play around that narrow angle. Will get tagged around though. With VJack so low, it'll only take a single bullet, but it's just down to positioning here. VJack could potentially swing out here. Dirty's so focused on that one angle. It will just come down to who peeks out first, who has enough patience, but VJack will pay off, will prevail through, and will be able to shut it down there, managing to pick up the 3K and clutch that round back in the end. Very valiant attempt from Dirty in the end, up against, I think that was a 3 versus 1, managing to find 2 of those players, so still quite the effort and a little bit of a worrying sign, but that's still being a pistol round win for the CT side.
Yeah, that's actually a huge thing. But right there, Dirty. I didn't realize he was playing tonight, but he's someone who is able to hold everything. And as I say that, I jinx him, he instantly gets put to the ground by Streets. But it is going to be a round of eco. They are going to be conserving all their strength and economy and able to get something through. Streets, meanwhile, probably get pop jump right here. Sees the head, nice reaction, takes that one out. And that's pretty much going to be spotting the rest. Melching very, very low. Our Indonesian superstar has to go around and not really much of a challenge. Streets just showing off right now, saying, yep, you can keep on challenging me, but you shall not attempt any way that you're going to be able to threaten my life.
Yeah, no challenge being offered up, but certainly a lot of challenges that the Deakins are having to face right now, having lost 4 of their players. About to lose their 5th. The UniMelb LorryDrivers so far just absolutely unstoppable, at least in these first few rounds. Definitely the best case anti-eco that you could have seen there, not losing any of those guns or giving any way of those kills there. So certainly a good round for the CT side. But now, of course, the real test is going to come out in the form of this buy round from the T side. We're seeing those 5 AKs come through, plenty of utility as well. We see those flashes, we see a couple of smokes. It's not as much util as you'd maybe hope for, but all depends on how you use it, I suppose. And we're going to see that smoke go out towards that top of window early on.
Okay, here we go. Connected in contention. A little bit of a play. VJack unchecked, but it's going to be traded onto the Beaver instead. And so VJack all the way is going to loft all the rest of his utilities all the way in. Going to make sure T-Ram's not going to be pushed as well. So the smoke is going to be going onto that side. You know, at the moment, it's good. It's a nice response because you don't want to be getting all that through. Dirty, meanwhile, takes down Pokimane Peak right here. And Dirty is going to get traded. The jungle is peaking good. Streets is going to do so much damage before he goes down. A big triple kill, and now it's just Melching 1 or 2 has to clutch this. In a position of play here, nice aim, and just needs to clutch one more time. This is going to enable a plant at least, should he go for it, but it's the mind games because it's like 60 seconds, just a little bit below that, that they can play with. And so A and B both opened. Kirito have to go to either go for a lucky play in position or just a lucky guess. Otherwise, okay, so it's going to be a lucky guess here instead, reading the map out, and it's just going to be Melching probably walking through to this one.
Yeah, and Melching going to go down there as Kirito. Just having the right read, as you were saying, being able to just get onto that side of the site and pick it up very nicely there. The Deakins certainly doing a lot of damage there, but now back down probably to a pistol buy, if I had to say. We do see the CZs and the Deagles coming out, so not really too much of an overinvestment in this round, but we do have that singular flashbang. It seems like the team maybe just trying to train over together, maybe run out towards mid. We see the flash getting popped off from the CT side as we see early mid control coming out from UniMelb. Smoke as well just being established so that Deakins can try to get out. As I say that though, Eli trying to get on the other side as well, just playing over the top of that smoke. And Con, see a little bit of damage being exchanged back and forth. Streets getting tagged down a bit over towards the window, but overall no kills coming out yet. SK Dash still trying to take that fight over towards Apps, but will eventually fall down.
Oh, nice little bit of a challenge all around, but the round of eco still has yet to finish. They have given only 1 life right now. Life is still okay. I mean, this is something that's doable. Dirty meanwhile is going to be picked out first by Eli, and it's rough. Oh, that is going to be the bomb dropped as well. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, again, they're just trying to hope for some damage with those pistols, because you can't really do too much else, especially with the lack of utility and just not having that armor up as well. And we did see a fair bit of damage being done. Like, we saw one of those players, I think hit like 4 or 5 HP at the end, I think Eli was on. Not sure the exact amount, but very low. But no kills coming their way definitely is a good thing for the CT side, meaning that they can just keep these guns, keep their economy really good. I mean, so far they're certainly looking pretty good on the money front. At least Kirito is at 7.6k and having still just held on to that AK from a few rounds ago. We are going to be seeing the Deakins buying up again. Master Cheese now with the AWP. It will be interesting to see what that kind of play brings as we start just seeing this kind of push over towards the A side of things, with Dirty just lurking back over towards Apps. Does spot a player out, but not finding an entry as now the teams start to converge on the A side.
Okay, so far we still have plenty of utilities to play around with. Melchin, meanwhile, is going to take that, and there's trying to just make sure that he drives a wedge in between. Ellie is taking a nice list class. He's going to be taken out right now. Oh, but Master Cheese challenges a nice play right here. AWP already in power. VJack, meanwhile, spots one. Dirty not enough, so there's going to be the response, but that is going to be the reaction a little bit too fast. VJack's going to get a double kill right now. Streets unchallenged as well. They are just going to jump into his crosshair right now. So Jungle definitely in a position of power, and Streets is going to take another multi-kill right here. I mean, this man has been on fire right now. It is 5-0. The lost buy bonus is going to come in for the Deakins. They can buy, but they need to change a bit of strategy in their current play, because some things just aren't working out.
Yeah, something's just not really going their way so far for the Deakins side of things. Whether that's just been some of their coordination not really getting there, I feel like they just haven't really been getting those entry peaks out. And more than that, they've been losing players and they just haven't had the trades there to match as well. They haven't really been able to just make those players off each other to really find any entries. And that's definitely being a problem when the rounds have been going the way of the CT side so decisively. We are going to be just seeing a stack over towards apartments as the Deakins start to try to push out. I mean, they'd want to, but that Molotov does stand in their way, and Kirito looking to stand even further up will throw that flash in where he's able to find the double spray down. Master Chief and Waddles to fall. As Kirito using that smoke as well to just maintain control of Kitchen there. We'll make sure that the Deakins can't push any closer towards B and force them to back off.
I'm pretty sure Kirito right there just went Starburst stream right there, going dual wield. So absolutely amazing stuff. Very gutsy play. Meanwhile, Streets still unchallenged. Takes Dirty down right now. He is just making sure that nothing's coming through mid and jungle. He is absolutely valuable right now. Beaver meanwhile is pushing up Cat, trying to find some more info. It is 5-on-2 situation. Look, at this second, you have a flash, you have a nade. The most you can do is force up an A play, force up the rest of the utilities going through to try to go for a plant. But you have rotations coming through, and Melchin goes down now. It's just going to be stars, and there's the AWP aiming. Ellie's going to take that nice and easily. 6-0 Deakins. This is their pick. Currently, they are being put down to the ground by UniMelb in a little bit of a rough fight. So, with 3,900 and 2,400 all around, probably going to be a save. Things aren't looking the brightest right now.
I mean, that's definitely showing in the damage, at least, just looking at the KD of these players. 3 of their players are only on 1 kill at the moment, and the 2 that are tied at the top are only on 3. So, really, it's just painting a picture when all these players have such low kills and low ADR as well. There's just not damage coming through from the Deakins side of things. That's ultimately been it. We've just seen so many of these rounds where no players have dropped. That being said, Malcolm does find that 1 kill, but Stritz spraying through the smoke finds 3 in return. So pretty good deal again for the CT side. As bomb plan almost coming through, but Master Cheese choosing to plant on the inverse there instead of just playing behind the cover of that default. That makes it such a problem. They would have had the bomb plan otherwise, but the Deakins trying to play and focus so hard on the post plant when they're on those pistols there, they really just had to focus on getting the bomb down at all, and they just couldn't do it.
It's really unfortunate. They really tried to just go for a quick economy game, but it was Stritz once again standing in their way, picking up a big 4K, trying to go for an ace, but Dirty, he's not going to give it to him. Yeah, so in the meantime, the full buys are back in. They're going to have every utilities open, trying to find something. 7-0. Currently, the completion is that they need to take at least 7 out of the remaining. So a little bit more will be great, but Stritz is going to quickly pull Melchin out of commission. Meanwhile, Waddles, the nade is going to be great. Goodbye, Stritz. It's a nice rebound.
Oh, that's such a nice HE coming out there from Waddles. As the Deakins, they do maintain that control over towards mid now. Finally, we are seeing a semblance of map control come out from them, where they've got all this territory to work off. But the trouble is still going to be trying to penetrate into one of those sites here. We see Eli on the other side with that AWP, the big green taking Waddles out, attempting to jump up over towards that window area. But Dirty on the other side will be able to trade and clear a pathway up. Colin, the problem is going to be VJack on the other side, and Beaver there too. spraying away, finding those two players, leaving it all down to Dirty in the 1-on-3, but the spray still coming out as Beaver managing to clear a second player, and it will be able to shut them down. That was looking so much better in that round, but it just got turned back into the CT favor so quickly as soon as those kills came out.
Yeah, very unfortunate moment, especially as soon as they took out AWP, Dirty felt like he cleared the site, it was all good. They can call for the players to come back into the connector, but that's when the crossfire did happen. Very unfortunate site, but they are going to be able to buy minus Dirty, who's going to be remaining on the Deagle, probably just waiting for a pickup or a drop. Anyways, so as the current position is going to be played, there might be a possible clash. Oh, VJack, he does walk into Dirty, so that's the gun that he was just going to be like gifted towards. So this opens up a nice little bit of play where people are going to be rotating through to the connector, trying to overlook into the position that was just dropped right there, which means that a position of power is going to come through from Palace. They are going to be able to go through from ramp, so more utilities have to be utilized. It's just there is no smoke onto the jungle just yet, so probably the one that they're going to be holding on is not going to be utilized at all.
The problem is as well is that they had that pick and they showed themselves, but they really needed to just push off that momentum. They had the chance to go out and get on that side before the rotate came through, but now the rotate has come through and then some as well, with Kirito fully pushed up all the way behind them. The Deakins are completely boxed in by all these CTs, and now the fights favor them, but Dirty looking to try and change that around and even up the odds nonetheless. All of a sudden, Deakins able to clear open that site that was fully stacked against them and leave it all down to Kirito in the 1 versus 4. Player's only died once before, dies a second time now, as SK Das will be able to take him out of that one and stop the attempt at a clutch from coming through. LorryDrivers are not able to keep up that perfect score as the Deakins finally get one on the board.
Hey, let's go. That's all we need. We just start at 1, and then, you know, we build that one up. So Deakins finally on the board. He's going to be able to breathe a little bit of sigh. And so hopefully the current strategy is going to be able to stop the momentum from UniMelb. Probably try to find a little bit more edge coming through, especially if they can take out key players like Streets really early, or maybe even get a pick off VJack. They might be able to enable a push, especially since there's no AWP on deck. There's still quite a lot of things that UniMelb has going to be responding, and Dirty is going to go down quickly. They spot the second player, so they're going to cut off the retreat. Here comes the utilities, trying to find something, and pretty sure he knows exactly where he is, tucked around to the corner, and now VJack also spots his target, and so UniMelb is pretty much going to be coming around the corner, waiting for the full reaction play.
Oh, that's a nice pick as well coming out from Cheese, as Eli was just trying to re-emerge over through lowers. SK Das with a good one too, but VJack striking back once more, manages to find second kill there and remains alive. Kirito does find the trade as well. Master Cheese, I think, running out of bullets there, and the lineup coming out from Malshin, who tries to go for the face instead of planting the bomb. Going for the quick trade as opposed to playing the long game, and ultimately not paying off as we see the clutch come out. The 2 versus 1 for Kirito, as now the LorryDrivers put another round on the board. This time 9-1 will be the scoreline, and this is looking so good, especially for that CT side playing on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, guys, gotta be remembering this is Deakins' pick, so obviously we know there's gonna be a little bit of pressure coming in, especially since it's upper bracket finals. Well, one of them, playoffs. I was getting overly excited, but at the second, if we go back to the map, Deakin not having the greatest time of their life with Master Cheese going down. Waddle's also following Dirty. He's gonna take the one back. But let's see what else they can do at the second. Stars is going to be taken down to about half. Meanwhile, Utilities is starting to run dry for both sides. But there's still nothing, no momentum gain for the Deakins, as Stars is going to be taken down. Challenged by Kirito once again.
Yeah, once again getting taken out there. There's now 2-on-4. The Deakins try to make their mark back again towards the A site. Trying to go for the connector play once more. Eli very much so looking eager to try and go for a swing out, although he doesn't fully commit to it, just throws that flash up over towards, I think towards A main is where he was looking to maybe try and peek towards Dirty. Having that sound cue to play off, does manage to swing out and find it, but Streets being a little bit more unknown, will just come right around the corner and manages the double spray down, taking both players out in quick succession. Now UniMelb on double digits, 10-1. The Deakins here very much so in trouble. We're seeing only one of their players really firing up as far as KD is concerned. Dirty really putting in a lot of work, currently sitting at 100 ADR, 10-10. But when you've got the likes of Streets currently on 19 kills in 12 rounds, and VJack on 12 kills as well, there's just so much damage being output from the CT side that it's just been a little bit hard to match from the T side of things here.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, Deakins needs to react. You see the 4 spots coming in. You got the mag. You got, oh man, the pistol is coming out. 2 flashes, and you still got the molly. Trying to find something in the edge. Meanwhile, VJack is going to go through, push through, and instantly takes Dirty down. That's one of the AKs gone away from the whole map. They might be able to recover this, but at the same time, it is a risk that they're going to just be taking. Deakins, this round 12 might just be doomed at the second. Unless LorryDrivers decide to go for something a little bit more different, probably if they want to go for a hunt, if they give him something like a leash, that might be possible. But meanwhile, there's going to be the next challenge, and that could just be the opening that they were looking for.
Yeah, that's a very nice opener coming out from the Tech 9 there, although SKDAS quite notably not actually going to pick up that A1S, just going for a quick kill, but will get shut down by Eli. That Molotov working quite well, and if only it takes one more time, Eli would have fallen down, but does remain alive instead at 11 HP. Beaver will be able to find a kill onto Malkin as well, but finally Master Cheese finds that final shot onto Eli, trying to swing back out, finds one onto Stritz as well, but leaves his teammate Waddles in the 2 versus 1, knows the location of one of those players, but it's not going to matter. The A1S just going to be able to fire a little bit quicker than that Deagle there, and a little bit more on point as well. As UniMelb now leading by 10 rounds, 11-1. They've really just firmly cemented themselves in a strong position to try and take this map here. They only need a few more rounds to do so, and there's only a few more rounds left in this half as well for the Deakins to really make their mark on this T side before they have to swap to defense.
Well, let's hope Deakins can just clean up the remainder right now. 3 more. I mean, 11-4 is a lot better than 14-1 before the switch. Meanwhile, it's still going to be a 4 power buy right here. You still have the Mac. Oh my goodness. That could have been super dangerous. Meanwhile, the rest of the Deakins is going to go and execute onto this T-ramp. Okay, quickly pushes into Ellie, but I'm not sure if that's the smartest thing. There's going to be the opening and there's a lot of players, a lot of power. Meanwhile, Ella just wants to go through, just want to go and be done with it. The headshot is going to come through Dirty. He's going to get a headshot through, but he's going to go down, pay for it with his life. Same as Master Cheese. So that's 2 players already down. The AWP still around there, just charging through. The bomb goes down, and now it's just Waddles on that AK. Trying to go, well, wait a second. Never mind. He is on 1 health. 1 health. Yep, pretty much that's going to be the end of him. But yeah, that was a surprising miss, but I'm just going to chalk it up to bad Australian pin.
Yeah, it sometimes it do be like that, you know. That's just sort of how things go. But again, just that same sort of thing that we've been seeing a lot from this T side is just we haven't seen those trades come out there. We just saw, particularly towards the end against that AWP there, we just saw each player swinging out 1 by 1, getting taken out 1 by 1. But if they'd swung maybe 2 at a time and been able to get that trade, well, maybe only one of them would fall down. It's just those little things like that that ultimately lead to the bigger picture of things. But we are going to be seeing Malkin find that 1 kill onto Kirito as well. So that is at least a good opener towards the B side. But are we going to be seeing the T side capitalize off this quickly? Well, Malkin falling down to Beaver and just not seeing the team work around this definitely being a little bit of a problem. And as I say that, though, we do see a pick come out over towards mid, moving it to a 2-on-2. These 2 Ts very much so isolated, as are the CTs. Just these 2 1v1 duels here really in a way, although we do see the rotate come over from Dirty.
Okay, Dirty unfortunately does not see Beaver tucked onto the side. He is going to go in for a challenge. Oh, and he is going to get it. He's going to live it. Now, like here, AWP waiting for a play here. Knows that there's going to be the bomb right here. At the same time, he does have utilities to play with. Plenty to muck around. He just needs that 1 shot. 1 shot, 1 claim. However, Dirty onto the side is going to see him and instantly goes for the headshot. 12-2, which is great for the Deakins. They are struggling for rounds before we switch. 12-2 could be 12-3 potentially. And that can also evolve. If we go switch, pick up the pistol, convert into the next, and convert into a bonus. Could just be 12-6, staring down to the barrel. So we'll see what happens.
They need this round, though. That's the thing, is that if it's the 13-2 at the half, even if you find that pistol round down by so many, that it just becomes so difficult. And if you don't take that pistol round, well, that's just game right there. I think that can be said either way at this sort of scoreline. But nonetheless, the Deakins certainly trying to give themselves the best fighting chance they have going in to their CT side on the next half. We do see them take those 2 opening picks, but also lose a player over on short there to Beaver. We also see Dirty getting tagged down quite low as well, and Waddles perhaps getting spotted there over towards short. Stritz will shoot through the smoke, and Beaver will be on the other side to finish him off. Stritz also spotting the gun barrel of Malkin, now taking out 2 of those players. Was a 4-on-3, now a 3-on-2. Make that a 3-on-1 as Stritz just strides towards the site. Guns blazing, finding all of these kills, now leaving it SK Das in the 1-on-3. But if he can isolate these duels, maybe it'll be possible. Does find that one, but being trapped over towards that truck angle and being forced out by the utility, just won't be able to make it happen as the UniMelb LorryDrivers make the retake happen.
Well, there we go. 13-2. Deakins right now cannot afford any mistakes. On the switch, this is already looking rough. They need to instantly shut everything down. Gotta really give it to them right now, because as much as Dirty is carrying 14 kills, the rest of his team hasn't really come up alive for him in order to come through. Master Cheese and Melchin trying their best. They're very seasoned player. They know exactly what to do, but the power of UniMelb LorryDrivers right now proving to be difficult to be contested. And so, we're going to have a 4-1 execution coming through. 4 going to the apartments. Might just have 1 going to the underpass. Trying to find something through a weakness perhaps into the Deakins and spread them a lot more thinner than a rush B tactic. So we'll see as they go through. Waddles has to be the one to take multiple kills. He sees a nice headshot right there. Can he get more? He's looking at it, but no. Striss is going to quickly run him down. Striss is going to confirm, get this kill into the corner. Sees another. He's just going to pop them all down.
Master Cheese finding that 1 kill back though onto Eli does make it a 3-on-3. Now the T side just having to hold off on this post plant. We do have the kit for on SK Das, so Deakins have a little bit more time to try and play around here, a little bit less pressure, but the call to go is made. Kirito though finding 2 back as one of his teammates drops, making it the 1-on-2 for SK Das, who tries to run out the door there, but will get shut down just like his teammates as Kirito just absolutely tapping heads there and finding all of those kills with the USPS that he was able to pick up. Really just putting in so much work for the UniMelb LorryDrivers. And as I was saying before, that was a do-or-die pistol round for the Deakins, and well, not being able to find it certainly makes things very, very rough. They're going to have to go for a force into this round. Well, that's the call they're making anyway. They don't want to go for try and play for OT with 13 rounds in a row. Instead, we're just going to be seeing them try and play around this round here, going for those MP9s, going for those pistols, and they do find a kill with them.
Okay, getting 1 kill is already pretty good. Master Cheese, meanwhile, is just going to be nailed to the wall. Kirito is going to put him down. Meanwhile, Melching also goes down. The power of the AKs and the Galils is going to come through. They're going against MP9 Scout. Well, never mind. Let's just say 1 less right now, and it's just going to be Stars right here. Can Stars do a 1-on-4 situation? He's going through the apartments. He pretty much a really bad fashion. Slowly he's going to come through in the crosshair, instantly sees him, puts him away, and VJack triple kill on deck. Kirito another double kill, and all of a sudden it is 13 match points that they can be contesting with. I think Deakins right now is going to lights out, because looking at the economy, not much that they can buy or say, so it's a forced buy into armor, into helm. Stas, one from us, yep, alright, and utility wise, they're just gonna have to sit through, and I tell you what, they have to give up map control. They have to just wait for all the utilities gets baited out, and that's nice damage, but Master Cheese is gonna be put down.
Yeah, very nice coming out from UniMelb again, just running over with those upgraded weapons, of course. VJack finding those extra kills as well, now leaving it to SK Das, and Dirty at least managing to get 1. Kirito gets an assist onto his teammate as well, so got a team damage coming out in that round, but I think UniMelb aren't really too worried about how things are going right now. They're this far ahead, they just need that 1 more to get over the line. Now left into 1 more kill. Dirty still alive with that scout, just trying to play around, as I think we see this T's just being very cheeky, trying to go for that knife, and eventually they'll find it. Eli being able to get that one in the end, as UniMelb LorryDrivers will be able to take away map number 1 on Mirage 16-2.
That was a little bit rough right there. UniMelb, wow, what a play, what a play. I mean, they pretty much drove by, and so Deakins got put down to the ground. They say, oh, beep beep, that's it. All right, so 16-2 is actually a really huge score, especially on a pick by Deakins themselves. So if we want to see a reflection, we need to, insert some energy. We need to, give Deakins a little bit more into it, invest into it. So we're going to go to the next one. That is going to be Vertigo. With that being said, as much as we want to really quickly go through, we have to quickly reset a little bit of server, refresh ourselves, give Deakins a chance to breathe, get some water. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for map number 2, Vertigo. gentlemen, welcome back into AEL. This is the upper bracket coming into the playoffs, and join with me once again, it's AEST.
Hello. Well, welcome back. Of course, we saw quite the interesting map number 1 between the UniMelb LorryDrivers and the Deakins. UniMelb really taking the helm of that one on their opponent's map pick of Mirage. A 16-2 result coming out as we just saw complete domination come through from the UniMelb side of things. But this is, of course, going to be a best of 3 for this playoffs, of course. We are going to be having that second map of Vertigo coming through. An opportunity, perhaps, for the Deakins to try and bring things back around, of course. You know, that might have been quite a bit of a rough loss for them on that map number 1, but of course, the reverse sweep always on the cards, of course, for these teams. Very interesting to see if we'll see this one getting closed out. If we do see a map number 3, that one will be over on Inferno as well, so could be quite the interesting series depending on how this one unfolds, of course.
Absolutely. I think the most important thing is that you never give up. Right? You never let go of that sight. Right? It's always going to be a mountain to climb, and if you set yourself to one of these dynamic challenges in the beginning, you get ramped, you get run over. It just has to be LorryDrivers, going one by one through the rest of your team. You are going to get up again. You're sort of pancake, but still, it's going to be an absolute moment for a redemption story, for something to go back up and reclaim your glory. So in Vertigo, here is the current challenges that Deakins have to challenge themselves and break through. Number 1, this is not their map pick. Number 2, after being run down 16-2, they need to have a breath. They need to get themselves back up. They need to turn on their monitors and possibly play with their mouse instead of just using keyboard only and aim. And number 3, let's just reclaim that energy that the Deakins has inserted over the years. You have Melchin, you have, Dirty. They are playing. You got stars. They are key players to owning the strategy that they need support coming in. But at the same time, if you're here and cheering for a LorryDrivers who's being able to pancake, everything in their path, well, look, you just keep cheering because pretty much they do the right thing already.
Yeah, UniMelb definitely have been having those things come through where we've just seen a lot of those kind of mechanical prowess come out from some of those players. Particularly, I think VJack, Stritz, Kirito really being some of the stronger players towards the top end as far as we're looking in that last map, of course. But the biggest thing as well that I think the Deakins really need to just work on if they want to try and succeed in this next map is just getting those trades out, just getting those simple things, just going for those peaks together. Because time after time we saw them just lose players early, not regain ground off it, really just kind of fall out with those players and not be able to bring themselves back up by finding re-entry back into it. We need to see them just go for these quicker mid-round calls. And we saw so many points as well where we saw really huge picks come out, but then nothing being done off it as a result. Maybe we just need to see a more fast, more dynamic team will come out from these players. But, I guess time will tell, of course, what the Deakins will be able to offer up. And same can be said for UniMelb, of course, as we head into our map number 2 now on Vertigo. Richard, take this one away.
All right, so let's go. This is going to be a pick from our LorryDrivers in Uni Melbourne. They are going to be onto the T side, so we'll see what kind of bag of tricks they're going to be able to offer against a Deakin team right now. So currently, as they are slowly working their way through, they're going to quickly enter and get stars down. But that's a nice play coming from Dirty. One tap onto the USB is just, woof. It's such a great moment. You feel like 007, you feel like assassination in the moment. They are going to be running down Master Cheese. They're going to keep on running Stritz. This man finally gets put down by Melchin, but that is going to be a challenge, making sure Melchin's going to come through and challenge that. The bomb has been planted. 3 players on 1. Meanwhile, Dirty has to come and join his team in order to go for a 2v3 retake.
I love the way they played that. They found that pick over on the B side of things and then just rotated back around after getting that trade. Were able to get onto A, but now they have to hold on to it in this post plant. 2 versus 2. We're seeing VJack just play around short as the bomb is tapped by Malkin, who will get taken down a little bit, tagged to 39 HP and pulled off the bomb. More importantly, now Dirty finding that kill will open up an opportunity. VJack having to play around this one, does kill the diffuser. We are going to be seeing Dirty trying to struggle to find the kid on the ground. It was right in front of him. He was on his body. He just had to walk a little bit more forward, but he didn't realize that in the heat of the moment, and that is going to lead to a round of UniMelb, and that is just so unfortunate. The Deakins, they had that one in the bag there, but unfortunately, the communication not just being there to be able to recover the kit.
Oh man, and Vijay, he held on to his right target. He had two to mess with, and he says, no, I'm going to take the diffuser. So that is going to enable a victory to the lorry drivers just barely. So the mac and cheese is going to be pulled out with the Galil, and they go straight to the side, takes out stars. Once again, B is open for the taking. He adds pressure to the map. Deakins, meanwhile, have to hold on strong, and especially being gunned down. That's a nice tap to the head. Streets, meanwhile, is going to be low. Here comes the nade. The push is going to be good, but Must Cheese doesn't get the connection he was looking for with low players. Melching also goes down, and now slowly everyone's going down. The headshot is just coming through. No one's living, and that's on the Deakins. But if you're on the lorry drivers, you're like currently immortal.
Yeah, well, lorry drivers, I mean, they've just had that momentum behind them from the last map, I suppose. But the Deakins now on their first buy round of Vertigo. Very interesting to see what they pull up with these M4s. Of course, the A1S is coming out from all 5 members. Just going for the silenced approach. Everyone just picking that kind of meta gun at the moment. The A1S, which has been just such a good pick for last few months, of course. UniMelb, they're just going to be taking this one a little bit slower. They don't have quite the same level of weaponry here as we see the 2 MAC-10s. Well, now only one as Streets falls with one of those guns. SKDAS will manage to pick him off as he tries to peek out over towards B and tries to establish map control, but will be denied such an approach.
Man, this kind of reminds me, right? The current meta slave. Everyone's like slave towards the A1S. There's also, it reminds me of the Org slave as well. I mean, that meta was just absolutely pummeling. Every map you play is just Org, right? You don't even see an AWP come through as well. So it's a little bit more interesting to see. Meanwhile, Melcher is going to put VJack away. So effectively reducing this round to 5v3. They're not going to really get a conversion. Meanwhile, the AK is going to be swapped up by Kirito. They do have plenty of utilities to work with. They do have the time as well. So it's not going to be surprising if they just quickly bunch up, go for a possible trade into B, and just go for a plant before the round ends. It just depends on what's going to be happening. Meanwhile, Master Cheese goes down. There's going to be the 10 health. Beaver is going to be traded. That is going to put a stop onto things. Kirito also being a headshotted, but he lives. So now, yes, they are going to be okay, but 10 health, pretty much sure that Kirito is not going to be able to plant this one.
Well, it depends. I mean, that smoke is still in the way, and he's got that Molotov on the left side as well. Being able to get the plant down certainly would be good for the economy, but Dirty's in a great position to shut it down. Again, just getting tagged down so low, you know, they tried to recover as best as they could, but ultimately the Deakins were able to pull that one out, as we're seeing a little bit more of a cohesive team play come out across the 5 players on that side of things now. We do see some of them trade out some of those A1Ss for the AKs picked up from the opposition as well. We are going to be seeing the reinvestment from that T side too, so plenty more AKs being thrown onto the field as now we see more of a just fast approach over towards that B stairs. We see the players just start to make their way over, 4 of them playing as Eli lurks towards a ramp, but ultimately not going for the full committal as of yet, just waiting for information, waiting to make a play, and waiting to work around that utility. The Malkin not waiting for anything as he goes for that swing over towards a short.
Oh, nice challenge right there. Stars had none of it. He says, no, I do not want to be messing around with this. He's straight with the head. I'm going to quickly go for it. Meanwhile, he's going to be pushing. And Kirito, oh man, it's unstoppable. He just quickly goes and pushes all this angle. Meanwhile, they're trying to wallbang him, trying to deny the plant. Not going to happen. Streets is going to be taken down at this second. So Kirito is going to get a little bit of a lineup, but the lineup is so good. And now it's just Melching. His gun barrel showing up. They know exactly where he is. And that's a quick cleanup coming from Beaver.
Kirito, again, God, just looking so absolutely unstoppable thus far. Already opening things up, just finding all of those kills. They're sitting on 98 ADR, and it really just feels like across this series, the damage certainly being put in by that player. In that case, certainly round winning that 3K, the 2-player lineup as well, just absolutely being impeccable at holding down the post plant. And that's going to force the Deakins back onto pistols as they're unable to buy up once again after the reinvestments they've had to make. Well, we are going to be seeing them try to take a bit of damage at the very least. SKDAS will be able to find one onto VJack, but Kirito will make it a 4-on-4 once again, finding that kill onto Master Cheese over towards mid. Just again, moving in numbers, playing off each other for those trades and keeping things nice and even, but still, that's a good pick for the CT side of things. They're hoping for another, but Beaver will deny it.
Oh man, that was so clean, the adjustment. This man was not playing CS, he was playing reaction shots from aim labs, gets all the bots, and here we go! Eli's gonna quickly go for a quick push, meaning from both sides, not enough damage to take him out. Meanwhile, has to be on the retreat. Melchior is gonna be going for the trade, but it is still gonna be 3v2 situation with just a mag and a go. Oh my god, that is also a lot of Dirty on 4, trying to slowly walk through, gets a kill for his efforts. I think that's worth it in that situation.
Yeah, certainly. You know, whatever guns you can take away, ultimately, from the opposing side when you're kind of on those pistol buys, that's sort of what you want to do. You want to do economic damage. You want to force them to have to reinvest their money. In this case, it's kind of worked out because we've seen, I mean, you just see on that right-hand side where that investment has just come through from all 5 of those T-side players having to rebuy into utility, weapons, everything there, and it keeps their economy nice and low. The Deakins now in a really good position to strike back if they're able to take this round away. They've got the double up set up to try and work around it, and we are going to be seeing Master Cheese just already letting that pay off for him, managing to find that 1 kill on a VJack, but Waddles peeks out a little bit too far there, and Eli will be able to split his feet.
Oh my goodness, I gotta say, give it to VJack for being super aggressive and then, like, you know, just getting a revenge kill straight up. So it's gotta feel a little bit terrible for Deakins right there as they were trying to stronghold all the entry right there, but it was ultimately did not, especially when the kill just comes through. Yes, you have 2 AWPs, but, you know, how long can you be trading those bullets for, especially when the utility is going to be flying out and you don't have really that many covers. So here comes the rest of the utilities. He's going to come through. They're going to force the ramp play. And now Melchior is slowly holding E. Swings out. Nice kill onto Eli. And now that enables a much more better stronghold position. Meanwhile, Striz working towards mid, trying to find something. Might just be able to catch Dirty off guard.
Yeah, nice little kill there. I think he might have heard the footsteps as well and just had the audio cue and knew exactly when to strike. Kirito doesn't stop striking at this point. He's absolutely just been unyielding there. Just absolutely finding everything time and time again. Manages to find 3 kills in this round. Finding SK Das in the end as UniMelb now leading 5-1. The Deakins at the very least, they've brought some of these rounds a bit closer. We have seen just, you know, some of these ones where only 1 or 2 players from the T side have been left alive. And that round as well, Deakins were able to take 2 kills. But regardless of all of that, the T side overall just have been able to pull things together towards the end. And that's where it's really counted so far. Back down to pistols, the Deakins looking to try and do whatever they can, and it'll start with a very nice shot from SK Das. Very, very lovely stuff to be able to take out VJack and maybe push up and find that gun. He does indeed do that, but 2 players dropping on the A side, that is a little bit troubling.
Yeah, it's a great start. VJack probably not having the time of his life, being taken down round after round really early, and the rest of his LorryDrivers, meanwhile, is going to be able to take that one back. So the enablement is going to be there, but we got to remember, coming back into the economy, Deakins started with 2 AWPs. Waddles is going to be taken down, so coming back, that economy gain and loss, it was a huge loss, which means that this round, they own a full reset on economy, trying to just find something, any form of damage, any form of denial, or just win their case. Fall into situations, thus has picked up that AK, trying to find something, and Dirty in a great position, denies the plan for a little bit more longer. Kirito, the man who hasn't been able to be pulled down, is going to go down. Meanwhile, they don't really want to be doing too much. Dirty, great strafes all around, not enough to threaten the rest, so there is going to be the plan, and now Stars, it's all up to him. One man to try to do something, but I think at this situation, it's probably better to, like, maybe even hold on to the AK at this situation, because economy is not going to be that great either way, and he's just walking into his death.
Yeah, that's not necessarily ideal. I think, as you were saying, the save call would have made a bit more sense there, because now, either way, we are going to see the buy round come through, but being able to just, you know, spare that $3,100 that you would be spending on an M4, that certainly would be quite a good thing to come through for that player, of course. Just being able to have that extra utility, being able to just maybe drop a teammate, so that, you know, one of those players with the AWPs would have some more util, something like that to work on. Either way, though, we are going to be seeing the reapproach come through the CT side. This time around, we're seeing some early damage coming out by way of utility over towards that A and the B side. SK Das going for that quick peek as well, who will manage 2 kills over towards that bottom of B stairs. Not quite expecting the CTs to be that close.
Well, it's a nice little bit of stretching. Meanwhile, AOP is going to be able to pull Streets down finally. And now Vijak, the one who we've seen go down many times really early into the round. Finally, the one who's going to be laughing in the end for his team. 1-on-3 situation with the AK. The utility looking really low and challenging AOP that he doesn't know where it's going to be coming from. I think this round is going to be over pretty much soon unless they're going to feed into the unsavory, gluttonous hole that is Vijak right now. I mean, if you give it to him, he's going to absolutely chonk away. And so, slowly, he's making his way through. He's going to be challenged. Stars meanwhile comes out, doesn't even get a shot down. Vijak is going to be unchecked. Dirty meanwhile with the AWP looking to finish. Goodbye. 6-2. Deakins improve from 16-2 to 6-2. So, like, if they do anything else, it's instant improvement. The pressure is going to be re-added back into the LorryDrivers.
Well, I certainly would be hoping for a bit of improvement after the last map, but admittedly, I think, as a score aside, it does seem like they've found it. They have been playing much better together. Granted, we didn't see much of them on their CT side of Mirage, so maybe, you know, that's just where kind of one of their strong points has come through, but nevertheless, of course, Deakins so far just really finding some of these rounds, making these rounds a lot closer, really just applying a lot more pressure and being able to get so much done here. And they're already able to find some early damage on to Eli there, taking him down to 31 HP just with that very nice angle towards the back of ramp there. Eli does manage to find the kill back off camera, however, as SK Das does spot Vijak as well. So at least they keep it a 4-on-4 with a player from each team finding picks on either side. Minute 10 left as UniMelb start to just make their way around towards the A side though, and Beaver, having just found his way somehow in the middle of the site there, manages to surprise that player holding on, manages to take the kill and lock down the site as well as now the bomb plant can come through.
It's really unfortunate, especially now he's got a molly in the smoke that's going to be able to utilize the whole time. There's nothing for Deakins that they can do. So now they are going to make that decision. They are going to back off where one of them, Stars, might just look to maybe pick at something. But you know what? At this situation, it's going to be around for LorryDrivers. They've already, you know, cemented themselves into early dominance. It's just unfortunate at this second, right? Despite all the great efforts that the Deakins has slaved through in order to just, you know, get an equalizer, try to, you know, regather their position, get the correct point back in. But at this second, now, oh my goodness, Master Cheese is going to find a running Beaver straight at him. It's just, you know, there's not enough at this second. LorryDrivers having able to just trade. I mean, even off an aggressive start, they lose Vijak or they lose Beaver really early. And then the other one just picks up, they get the trade, they get the position, and then they push the Deakins back off the map, off the objective, and then there's nothing that they can respond with. And right now, with the 5-round lead, LorryDrivers are starting to look even better.
That's a nice pick coming out from Kirito. That's definitely a good start. Just being so aggressive there, Dirty, getting shut down. As now we're going to be seeing UniMelb really just taking on, from that approach, of course, being able to just play over towards both sides of things and just set out in their default, as we see a little bit of a fumble with that HE there from Malkin. Not quite getting it, I think, where they wanted it, but either way, we're just going to be seeing UniMelb again pushing back over towards B. We see Eli holding on with that AWP, hoping for the push to come out. SK does goes for it, and that's exactly what he was hoping for. Waddles goes for the re-peek too, and both players fall. Stritz will find one onto Malcolm as well, leaving it all onto Master Cheese to try to pick things back up, and Kirito will whiff, as well as Eli, so at least there are 2 kills found there, but the bomb being able to rotate back to that now open A site, and Vijak in position to intercept the reapproach from Master Cheese leads to an 8th round now coming through from UniMelb.
I gotta say, when the 2 AWPT players went through, that was just challenge. That was just like, they threw down the gauntlet and they were like, what are you going to do about this situation? Thank God Master Cheese was able to recover the situation, but then he was just left alone. Last member alive. Not much he can do to clean up the round. Now there's going to be a 6-round difference. Round 11. Stars is going to see the whole team right here. He only gets the one, unfortunately. You can see the cursor right now. He's probably like banging his mouse on the keyboard and saying, oh my God, I just needed another split second. And that's going to be another trade here. here. Dirty's going to take down Beaver, but Melchin is going to go down with Stritz. The side is good. They might just get that edge. Kirito is going to quickly take a nice headshot onto Master Cheese. He has spotted Waddle's going through to the smoke. He's going to go and play with the offside, waiting through. He's going to deny the shot, and now it's just Waddle's coming in. Waddle's going to take that one. Can he do a one-on-one situation? He just needs to tap. Yo, let's go. 8-3. Deakins break the 2 curse.
And absolutely massive performance in the end from Waddles being able to find that clutch. As now the Deakins, well, as you said, kind of breaking that 2-round curse, being able to break into a third for this map. So definitely, of course, there's that sort of tangible improvement as far as the scoreline goes. But of course, as I was saying, a non-tangible improvement certainly being that the team just being so much more cohesive and working together and really just finding results now. UniMelb certainly having more pressure applied to them in every round here, and they're going to find some more applied as well as Eli goes down. Luckily, Beaver is able to take a kill on to SK Das, try and open things up over towards that B-bomb site as well. We see the players just try and make their way back around over towards mid as UniMelb really just take map control all over the shop. Now Waddle's left again in that 1vx situation, but this time around, not so lucky just to close it out in his favor.
That was just going to be assassination from the shadows. I think he was just like, picking up with his eyes instead. You can't see anything else but the eyes, and you see the guns and the bullets straight fly into the heads. So economy is going to reset Deakins. Master Cheese is the only one that's going to be able to afford a gun right here. Trying to find something, a little bit of damage would be good, but it looks like they're just going to try to rush down and try to find the quick position of play. Unfortunately, that's just going to be LorryDrivers rushing in. They don't care. And Kirito, of course, is going to jump through and try to find something. Notice there's going to be multiple players around. They can put him into check. Now, they're pretty much stuck into that side. Oh my god, Melchin! He was just stuck into the smoke, and he got unfortunately revealed.
So rough. Melchin, I really feel for him there because you kind of don't know like whether you're still in the smoke or not. Like it's kind of hard to anticipate, where exactly your player model is. But in that case, just absolutely not working out in the way that he would have anticipated. As UniMelb managed to take things away again in their favor. This time, they're able to hit double digits now, 10-3, still just having that lead as they get ready to prepare themselves for this latter end of the first half, the last few rounds on their T side, where they should have enough money to buy for both of them, but whether or not they'll be able to secure them both is still up for debate. Of course, the Deakins still having some weapons to work with, but they lose a 5th player there in Malkin, going down early on to Bijak, just holding that angle over the top of the smoke of the ramp there. Master Cheese manages to get behind as Beaver tries to cross over and manages to claim the bomb as well. Bijak will have to try and re-secure it. Manages to do so as that MP9 just not pulling off enough damage there to take him out before the orb shot connects. So Vjak getting tagged down 14 HP. Stritz also getting tagged down to 19 HP as the push now comes through from UniMelb.
Oh man, Dirty, his shots must be a little bit frustrating. He keeps going getting them, but it's not enough to finish it. Meanwhile, from behind, Waddle's going to emerge. He's going to get that first one. Oh man, he finally gets the second. And now it's Vjak 1 or 2 situation. There is a possible defuse. Like, this is going to be pretty easy for defuse, but we'll see if Vjak's able to get this one. He is on 8 AWP. He gets Dirty down, and now it's 1-on-1. Waddles, one tap to the 4. Yeah, baby, let's go. So, it's a little bit of a sus moment from me, but I do gotta say, right, I have seen the Deakins play. I'm just getting excited, cheering for the underdog. I'm cheering for everyone. It's just, right now, this is getting insane. We want to extend it just a little bit more. We want to see the powers that Deakins is going to be able to reinsert into themselves, and I'm all for cheering for both sides. So, let's go!
Well, after all, we all do cheer for some good Counter-Strike, and we are seeing much better CS coming out in this second map, of course. UniMelb still kind of being that tough approach, being those tough, formidable opponents at this point, but the Deakins certainly have been cracking into some more of these rounds here, and they're hoping to try and pick up a 5th to make it a 10-5 half. Even still, worst case scenario, 11-4. Obviously, it's not in their favor, but that being said, it still is a good position for them to start a comeback if they're able to take that pistol round. They're able to find the follow through anti-ecos as well and just claim some good rounds going their way on their CT side of, or on their T side of things rather, as they finish out their last few rounds, or the last round on the CT side of things. Hoping to try and pick up that extra round certainly helps them out. We are going to be seeing SK Dash just sitting up on top of the boost spot there as Beaver starts to make his way up over towards the B stairs. Now T side converging on that B bomb side, but there's still some players around left to try and stop them. Waddle's still playing towards mid, SK Dash on the side, and they're both going to be working hard at trying to lock the side down, but both will fall.
Oh man, what a walk up by Ella. The challenge is great. Now Master Chief has to go through and it's just a tap quickly. 11-4. Velvet Frog, do I have money on Deakin right now? Of course I do. They were playing the odds of 16-2. So, you know, definitely gonna be making the money right now. But nevertheless, I'm...
Hello, Isaac.
Oh man, I'm having the time of my life. I seriously am loving this. I'm loving tonight. It's so good. I love both sides. And come on, you guys are bringing me so much joy, so much to cast with.
Yeah, of course. It's always fun doing the University League, of course, and seeing, you know, people cheering on their favorite teams and seeing, you know, just these players try and get, you know, getting themselves this platform to show off their play, of course. And UniMelb certainly have been showing off quite a lot, as have the Deakins, though, in this round, being able to find those 2 opening kills to open up the B site. And this is exactly what they've needed. Now, Master Chief as well finding that kill onto VJack as we see Beaver try and strike back with that USD. We'll find a heavy tag, but ultimately no kills going the way of the UniMelb players as the push comes through so utterly aggressively in the end, just pushing forth towards CT to find those final players. And the Deakins, it's like I said, that's exactly what they needed. They needed to be able to just play around that pistol round and now lock down the anti-eco. That's where they can start to build up their momentum. If they can just survive through this and the first buy round, of course, from UniMelb, there is a real possibility of a comeback here.
Oh man, this is where you start investing. Is going to be Stonks growing up, and so with a very aggressive backplay right now. As much as we love this is going to be really funny. They are already prepared, going to take the 2 early kills, and I did see Azuz being poor, but like, you know, not going to be able to see it now. It's just going to be up to Kirito. Kirito 1 on 5. Pretty much going to be okay to get away using your Starburst Dream with USP. Come on, let's go. And nope, Waddles is going to put him down. And now, effectively, 11-6. They're going to be able and get a free round right here. If he pushes this one, get any conversion, then we will see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we will see what is going to happen in this one. Of course, Deakins, of course, taking number 6 here and hoping to carry on for some more, as well as the A1Ss that come through from UniMelb. They're hoping to shut down this momentum, but the time will tell if they're able to. Of course, SK Das will be able to find that fight against Kirito, but won't be able to win it. Waddles will be able to win his, however, finding that somewhat long-range MP7 come out, finding that spray in the end. So again, back on the 4-on-4, we see these kind of early trades coming through, but no trades coming in those 3 kills there in quick succession from UniMelb, leading it all down to Dirty in the 1-on-4.
Oh man, the pressure is on Dirty. What a big task he has to do. As he quickly repicks up the bomb, he needs to make his way back up, trying to challenge Ram. At the same time, VJack is going to be the one to challenge him, sees him, already locks him down, and that is going to be one back to the Lorry drivers right here. Deakins, they were trying to convert for the free one, but unfortunately didn't go their way. They are going to have the economy to be able to buy. Waters probably have to drop a gun for Melchin onto the side. Whoa, yeah, I saw the AWP onto Dirty. Yes, I did. So, round's going to be a little bit different. Waddle's going to invest everything to 2 of the players to carry for his team. So, he's going to be remaining on that Deagle power without anything else to show for. Utility-wise, not the best, but it depends on how they're going to be able to open and execute.
Yeah, all depends on how they're able to play around this, of course. Well, the Deakins, again, we just see them going for this default, and we see them trying to take this control over towards ramp, but again, just losing that player early on. Eli really just playing so well around, does go for the repeat while flashed, however, maybe an opportunity for SK Das, but he doesn't capitalize off it and will fall down, as well as just so many flashes come out. Eli just wondering when he's going to be able to get away from the sandbags area, but will decide to stay put, as meanwhile the Deakins try to take some control over towards the B site, but we'll get shut down instead. Now on to Dirty in the 1-on-5 with that AWP. Very much so not the situation you want to be seeing for the T side of things. We'll see what he's able to get done here.
Alright, slowly Dirty's gonna hit the queue. That's number one. Eli was playing too much with the sand, almost to be labeled the Sandman himself, so that's a different adjustment. Meanwhile, Dirty, they're gonna go and hunt him, try to deny that AWP being carried over to the next round. Despite the reset on economy, they just say, I don't want to be dealing with this. We got the economy, we got the advantage. Whatever you do, we can just utilize and pretty much get you there. Dirty, ooh, not being finished by Beaver right now, but they do know where he's gonna be, and now he is just trapped into a corner. Not much he can do at this situation. It's just coming up, hoping for a kill. Not going to be getting that as well. And so 13-6 with a 7-round difference. Deakins, it's going to be a round of eco. Definitely need to do something. If not this round, probably into the next.
Yeah, certainly have to try and get something back on. I mean, look, we saw definitely a much stronger pistol round there from the Deakins to kick off their T side. We saw them with that strong anti-eco as well, but it's just been against these guns where they've struggled. They really just needed to win one of these buy rounds up against the CT side here. Well, we are going to be able to see them maybe clear a passage towards the B bomb site. We see the bomb plant getting stuck in by Malcolm there, who will be able to just try and secure it and fall back off to play for the post plant, but does instead just jump back up above the smokes, hoping to try and take the fight, but we'll see how exactly that is going to go as he was shut down there. Deakins trying to hold on, but these CTs just coming around from all sides, leaving it all to SK Das, but against those three, they're just unable to really do anything.
Well, very, very unfortunate moment right there. The retake was just too insane coming out from UniMelb. Like, they effectively made this seriously happening in a good thing. They were inviting Deakins to try to do something, try to perform, try to get a little bit of an early edge, but then after that it was just clinical coming in from UniMelb. I gotta say, V-Jack, who is pretty much huffing puffing, living the air through what they requested from Ever Frog, is gonna be seeing a lot of blue right this minute with all the challenges coming through, but no, never mind, he's not gonna be giving any. Meanwhile, Master Cheese has been taken down nice and early. The shots is gonna come through Dirty into the lead for Eli. It's good, but the power that he has chosen away is gonna be rough for him. Stars is gonna be taken away by Streets as well, and Kirito is just gonna be dabbing this one through. The Doctor is gonna be coming through, and no one else is gonna be alive. It's gonna be Dirty, one single man. Can he do something representing the Deakins? He needs to pull off a miracle here against the AWP, against the Doctor, against A1S. I mean, it's Dirty. It's possible. If he does, I'm gonna eat my shoe and jump off the jump off the chair and go woo. Yep, let's go.
We need a caster cam for that if that does come to fruition. Dirty, of course, though, having the odds stacked against him, only at 16 HP, but may be able to get a free bomb plan. That certainly is definitely no small feat coming out, as this A site has been abandoned and there's no one really there to quickly respond. He might be able to just stick it if he goes for it. He's being very cautious, just clearing out those quick rotate spots over towards the CT angle and over towards just that side of mid there, but ultimately will wander into Streets, who will take him out with a no-scope, I might add, as well, to lead it now to series point for UniMelb. I did see someone in the Twitch chat asking, can I get the caster's thoughts on V-Jack being diagnosed with chronic copium, thinking he was the best player on UniMelb? Look, I'll give you this. I've been watching a fair few of these UniMelb games. I've been putting on a fair few of them as a caster, and I will say, out of the players there that we've seen, he's been very, very consistent as a strong player. So, if he's got a bit of an ego problem, I can't entirely hold him.
Oh, here we go. It's now just gonna be stars. Oh my god, I think they're just getting ready to knife here. Yep, here we go. Look at Eli. He's just baiting out the shots slowly. Nah, but he's not gonna do it. From 16-2 to 16-6, UniMelb LorryDrivers, they are going to be the one to take it all tonight in a best of 3. Gotta say, the photo finish is there. Definitely going to play a lot of peekaboos. And of course, this is not something that we're used to seeing Deakins, but then again, a lot of the main players that was some part of the championship team have now graduated from uni. So, it's a different change, but nevertheless, it was still entertaining. Looking at a new contender onto the block, UniMelb, you have impressed me. The LorryDrivers are going to keep on driving and going to keep on pressing everything else. It's absolutely amazing what you have shown tonight, and I'm excited to see what else you can bring to the table.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see, of course, what UniMelb are going to be able to bring through, of course. But that is going to be that for that series. They are going to be taking it away in a close 2-0, of course. Well, certainly has been quite the interesting playoff series, of course. but there is going to be another one later tonight on this channel, of course, on at twitch.tv/AEL Uni. It is going to be Monash Mega C5S versus the UTS Dropouts, and that one is going to be brought to you by the lovely Matsi and Charisma. Absolutely love those guys. Great casters, so definitely be sure to stick around and show them some support as well for that one. But that is going to be pretty well that. We've got a few more things, I believe, to go through, however, and that is, of course, going to be our sponsors, and that is going to be, you know, they are the ones that have been able to bring this to you, of course, and that is going to be Predator. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming today. Predator are the gaming PC partner of the AEL. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming. Predator puts power and precision in your hands. Elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality and performance thanks to Predator. And a big shout out as well to AOC for the best viewing experience. AOC Monitors have launched the first ever monitor crafted specifically for League of Legends. League of Legends is represented in every aspect, from the iconic Hextech design and logo to a specific game setting mode. In-game visuals achieve their fullest potential from the combination of AOC's monitor expertise with the creators of League of Legends Riot Games. Check out the AGON Pro AG275 QXL today at au.aoc.com. And of course, big shout out as well to Rig, what it takes to win. Rig develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the Rig team and enhance your gaming experience.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to all the sponsors, and of course to the players, to all the universities for allowing this to happen, and of course to all the Twitch chat, all the Facebook chat, all everyone who is being able to tune in. Hope you have enjoyed everything. Gotta give a massive shout out to ES2PS. You know, this gent, well, he was a competitor from the past, and now he's moved on with casting. He's done a fantastic job, amazing to cast with. You know, super fun, super happy, super chill. So guys, if you do want to see more of his cast, make sure to also follow at his Twitter at ES2SPS, and I believe you know, he's got other Twitch channel as well. Do you have Twitch as well?
Twitch.tv/2SPS.
Boom, right there. Go and follow my man, all right? It's a no-brainer right there if you want to see a lot more of him. And of course, if you do want to follow myself, you already know the drill is Emperor_ZK. I'm always going to be here casting away. We are going to team up as much as we can with all the casters, getting some love, and making sure that all the teams are going to be, you know, shouted out, given the correct highlight, and of course, being presented onto the ultimate stage. Hopefully, we are going to be able to see that very, very soon. With that being said, we wish you all a very, very awesome but heated night. May you be entertained, safe, and forever ablaze with glory. This is AEL signing off for ESPS. It's 2SPS. Oh man, I keep screwing that well. I'm really sorry. But yeah, the monitor copy. And yeah, and myself. And I hope you all guys enjoy tonight. We'll see you all next time. Peace out.